Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Kitchen Witch. It is Friday evening, 8 p.m. UK time. It's time for a Friday night Natter! Yay! Hello. I know I've already got some wonderful people watching. Good evening. Please do say hello in the live chat. Just a few house rules. Subscriber only mode is on, which means unless you are subscribed to this channel for at least 5 minutes, you won't be able to comment in the live chat, I'm afraid. And also slow mode is on, everybody, which means that there is a minimum of 20 seconds delay between you being able to post comments in the live chat. That just tries to keep me up with the live chat. Doesn't always work. I do tend to still get behind, but hey, it's better than nothing. So good evening. Nanette, hello, my darling. Good evening, Kirsty. How are you all doing? How are you doing? And hello, everyone. How are y'all doing? I'm doing all right. It feels really strange to be back live. It's 84 days since I did a live. Good evening, Little Miss Muchit. Good evening, Major. Good evening. We are back. We most certainly are. Ness, good evening all. So good to see you, Kirsty. You've been missed. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. The hair colour from the last time you saw me it was. It's not anymore because I am literally due next Wednesday to have it redone and refreshed. But we went with a blue and when it was originally done, it was a very striking purple that on my bleached side bit here went very pink, actually. It was a bit like, whoa, what are you doing to me? I don't do pink, but you can see the root growth. And everything. So yeah, it's getting ready for being done again. But I am sort of a bluey, lilac-y, purpley, lavendery type at the minute. Nanette, you're doing good. Excellent. Lovely to hear, my darling. Nee, did you feel nervous before coming on, Kirsty? I did a wee bit, actually, Nee. I did. Particularly as obviously it is a new surroundings as well, as you can see, which we will get into very shortly. Hi, Kel. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you, Kirsty. Mwah. Thank you, my darling. That is our Kelly AfflictedBeauty there in the live chat, everybody. Nesh, you like the hair colour? Thank you. Like I say, it's a bit faded out and a bit matte now, because it was literally before Christmas. Beginning of December that I went this colour. And our wonderful Rachie, my hairdresser. So yeah, I'm going to see her on Wednesday. Yeah, she's coming here Monday night to do the boys' hair, and then I go to her on a Wednesday during the day, whilst Louis is at the childminders, because obviously, bleaching and dyeing my hair every 6 weeks, it takes a good 2 to 3 hours. So yeah. Oh my gosh! Katie! Metalhead Lovebug 97. Hello. Katie! Hello! How are you doing, my darling? Oh, I'm so pleased you're on here. That's amazing. I know I've been gone for months and months. There are reasons. Lots of them. Kelly saying hey to the 3 N's. Nesneet and Nanette. Absolutely. So, yeah, where have I been? What have I been up to? It has been a while, you're right, Neat, like I say. 84 days since the last live stream. And something like, 7 months since I last uploaded an actual pre-filmed video. Katie, you're good, been busy. Oh my word! You're having a baby girl in May. Everything is going great. Yay! We love that sort of news. Oh, Katie, congratulations, my darling. Oh, I'm so pleased to hear that. That is amazing. Yes, my Insta is on Neat. It is, my darling. Yeah, I'm up and on management. Just to let you know. Katie. Oh, I am so pleased for you, my darling. I'm so pleased everything's going all right. You're having a little girl. That is amazing. I didn't manage that myself. Three boys over here. Oh God. Yeah, don't I know about it and all. I'm so saucy. I love it. Hey, cheers to you, Katie. So what's everybody supping? What are you raising a glass to as we go chink chink to Katie? Metalhead Love Bug in the live chat there. She's been around this channel for quite a while now, hasn't you, Katie? Thank you for sticking with us, my sweetie pie. But let's chin chin and raise a glass. I'm on my usual vodka and lemonade. I had to get frigging posh vodka today at Asda. I had to get the Russian standard because they didn't have any of the own brand. But their own brand, Asda's own brand, litre bottle, £15.50. This was 16 quid. So you're like, 50p extra. I don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. Neat, guess what you're drinking? Oh, okay, red wine for Miss Neat. We'll raise my glass in celebration to you, Katie. Cheers, Neat. Oh, Nessa's got beer for starters till the vodka arrives. Okie dokie. So yes, here we are. New surroundings. So we finally moved house. Good evening, Lise. Hey, honey. Elisa's on the Vinto this evening. The asking this, are you waiting for your other half to deliver? Absolutely. Yes, red wine, of course. Absolutely, Neat. I would hope so. Although, of course, it was Miss Neat's birthday day on Tuesday. So did we have a wee tipple of anything else on Tuesday then, or did we stick with the red wine? Kel's on the good old cup of tea. Now wrong with a good old cuppa. We've spoke about that plenty of times before, Kelly. So yes, we've moved house. Oh my goodness. And this just tops everything off. But basically today, so we moved in. We moved out of our old house on the 29th of October. And we had to move in to temporary accommodation because who we were buying this off of decided to be, well, let's just put it this way. I honestly didn't realise there was, well, I did know that these people existed and that they were out there in the world. But, when you suddenly realise you're this great big fucking magnet for them. Yeah. And just an unbelievable person, just an unbelievable character who just incredible. Like, seriously, I keep saying it, I keep laughing and giggling. And saying it in a bit of jest of, I'm going to write this down as a story, because honestly, nobody would believe what we've gone through with this house. I keep laughing and joking about it. Honestly, I'm umming and ahhing about that. Because seriously, to goodness, I was telling a friend about it, and I'm like, she was like, you seriously couldn't write that down? I'm like, I know, tell me about it. Neat, you had Prosecco on your birthday. Ooh, very nice. Bit of a change from the norm there. Lisa, that's better. You're on the laptop now. Hi, everyone. The cellar was a total C word. There were several C words for the cellar, wasn't there, Lisa? Holland, evening, Kirsty and everyone. Hello, my darling. Hi, Holland. Yeah, there was several C words for the cellar. There was, and even after we'd moved in, so we eventually moved in, to this new property at the end of November, literally just before Christmas. So that was fun, and just in one respect, it was the worst possible time to move in. It's winter. It's just before Christmas, so I'm having to. We moved into temporary accommodation, so basically everything that wasn't a necessity, and wasn't needed for everyday living, went into our huge lockup storage unit. Now we've had a storage unit for about 18 months now. We started off with quite a small one, just a wee one, sort of not the tiniest that they do. Don't get me wrong. It was, but it was like, yeah, well, wanting to get the house on the market, we need to declutter. And when we bought this, and the survey was done in August, in summer. Bear that in mind, everybody. Bear that in mind. So the survey was done in August, and we've gone from basically a mid terraced house, a 3-bedroom mid terraced house with no off street parking, and for a terraced house, a decent amount of back outside space. It weren't just a yard, but it weren't much more than that. But it weren't just a courtyard, back garden area. There was a bit of something more, but not a lot. But we've now gone to a 4-bed semi with driveway, a long driveway. You can actually fit, if you nose to tail the cars, you can fit about 4 cars on the drive, down the drive. Plus there's like a bit of a space, or there will be a bit of a space. There is a bit of a space, but it's all overgrown. And basically this house has been neglected. The previous owner had owned it for almost 15 years. Their marriage had broken down, sort of halfway through them living here. And they've been here on their own with the children, 2 children. Now, I'm not really good at DIY or, out like that. I can just about wire a plug if I've got an instruction leaflet. But at the end of the day, that's why I married a joiner, Somebody who's a bit handy, yeah? That's it. Can I do this? And they go, yeah, you can, love. Do you want me to do that for you? I go, yeah, please. And it's done. But if I hadn't got a hubby or anybody or whatever, and if I wasn't able to do a job that required doing, like the vast majority of people out there, I would accept defeat or accept my shucks, and I would research and I would go and find and pay somebody who does have this knowledge to do it. Unfortunately, this prior owner seems to have been really good at being an ostrich. And although they've known about issues within the house and the garage and one thing and another, they've decided, no, they don't know what to do to fix it, but they're not going to do anything about it to fix it. They're not going to seek any advice. They're not going to ring people. They're just going to live with it. And this owner has lived with issues within this house, got to be the best part of a decade. So we thought we've got a garage with this house, and the survey said, yeah, the roof could do with sorting out. It's a weekend job. It'll be fine, but it's watertight. No, it ain't watertight. The garage isn't watertight. The roofing sheeting things that have been put on the top of it have not been laid in the correct direction, and they've not been fixed down to the joists. And because they've been that for a long time, now there's no hope for it. The best thing to do is to rip the whole garage roof off and put a new rubberized roof on that will be guaranteed for 25 years. So, whereas we thought we were going to be able to, when we moved in here, we thought we were going to be able to move in not only with the basic stuff that we moved to the temporary accommodation with, you know, your everyday, we thought fantastic. We can also get the removal company to go to the lockup, because when it turned out, because I basically had 6 days notice that we weren't going to be able to move in here, and that I had to find temporary accommodation for us. So 6 days before we moved out of our old property, I had to find us somewhere to live, because I refused to keep our buyers waiting any longer. They'd already been put off for 2 months because we were waiting to complete on this. So I said, no, it wasn't fair. Their mortgage offer was running out. They were, you know, young couple that waited long enough. So instead of just having this smaller storage unit, yeah, we had to triple the size of it, which involved tripling the cost, and we did that in August of last year. So, well, we'd already got this bigger unit because we were starting to actually get through all the stuff and sort stuff out, and we'd just like, get it out, get it down from the loft, you know, one thing and another, it'll be fine. So we'd got this bigger storage unit because we had wondered whether or not we might have to move out earlier, and I'd actually got temporary accommodation sorted for us 2 months prior. But then it was like, oh no, we're not going to need it now. So we'd said, no, we don't need it. Anyway, so this storage unit that we've got, Byron's here. Hiya, everyone. Lovely to have you back on the lives, Kirsty. Thank you, Byron. Hello, my darling. I'm just going through the saga of the last couple of months, in all honesty, Byron, catching everybody up. So this year storage unit is costing us just shy of 400 quid a month, which is basically like an extra mortgage. But we were like, well, you know, it's only short term, one thing or another. Then, of course, you can understand the sort of annoyance when this seller here was like, no, you know, I'm going to keep you hanging on. And she was kind of wanting to keep us hanging on indefinitely. And it ended up with screaming matches and basically me threatening. And actually, we sent emails to pull out of the sale of the property as well, to basically force her hand into, because she weren't going to sign anything. I mean, she'd already because we'd have to go into temporary accommodation. You can imagine, you know, emergency temporary accommodation for a family. Yeah, you pay per week what you'd be paying per month. And we should have moved in here a week before we did. And literally on the day that she'd said she was going to complete an exchange, she literally turned around and went, nah, not gonna. No explanation, no reason why, no nothing. So it's like, you know, it's an extra week to you. You've no idea what that extra week actually physically cost us. It was ridiculous. The stress was unbelievable. I think I literally had 2 breakdowns, full-on breakdowns in about 6 weeks period. Good evening, Pallavi. Hey, Pallavi. Hey, honey. How are you doing, my sweetheart? Hi, honey. Oh, Kel, thank you. Can we all show a wee bit of support for our Kirsty and hit the thumbsy uppy button here? Thank you. Yes, please. That would be fantastic. Just show the channel some love, show the support. Thank you very much. One Vanessa. Oh, that's not even. That is the tail end, my darling. That is the tail end. So yeah. So basically, we move in expecting to be able to, like I say, empty this great big fucking huge and expensive storage unit into the garage, you know, because we've gained in the number of rooms that we've got, and we've gained in room size. So we've got like a conservatory now as well. So we thought, well, we can put most of the, you know, the vast majority of the stuff in the garage. Whatever won't fit in there, we can put in the conservatory. As much as we thought we were inheriting a watertight garage, we also thought we were inheriting a watertight conservatory. That turns out to be incorrect information as well. Thank God, not only is my husband a joiner, but he worked for a number of years. In fact, when we met, he was fitting UPVC windows and conservatories and things like that. So, and it's like, and also the other thing that we found out, literally, because we ended up completing on Friday, and we'd purposefully not arranged the removals in here until the Monday, just in case there was any issues. And I thought, well, it also gives us a couple of days to get in over the weekend, clean everything down, get it all ready. Fantabby-dabby-dozy. Jobs are good, and that'll do for me. Good job we did have the couple of days, because on the Sunday, that's when Ian found out about the garage leaking, because it had been raining overnight. Garage leaking, the conservatory leaking, and also the fact that the boiler is absolutely 100% fucking knackered. Now, when I'd come and looked round it and I'd seen the boiler, the first thing I went was, well, hey, yep, that's a bit old, but it's a Worcester. So I was like, well, that's not a problem, because we've got a friend who's a Worcester engineer, and I've mentioned it to him, and he's like, don't worry about a Worcester ghost. I'll keep a Worcester going for years for you. So on the Sunday, the day before we're booked in to actually physically move in, we rings our tone, and he comes and have a look. Now, this is a guy with very nearly 30 years working experience with Worcester boilers. Even he turned and went, it's knackered, Kirsch, you need a new one. He reckons it must be 25-year-old. We know the previous owner had lived here for 14 years, and the solicitors had asked her a question about the boiler, and her response was, I do not know. I have lived here 14 years, and the boiler was in here when I moved in. So, we knew the boiler was old. But the fact that it is literally on its last legs, and I'm just like, you've sold a house with a boiler that literally, honestly, I don't know how. Like our old property, we knew the boiler was in this same state, our old house, 3 years ago, and we because of a benefit that I'm able to claim, we were eligible for the Green Deal, Eco Deal scheme, which is where you get a new boiler. If your boiler's really, really old, I think it's over 10-year-old, and if a surveyor comes out and deems that it's not energy efficient enough, they'll basically replace it, and you pay a nominal fee. It's around about £500, but compare that to the 2.5 to 3 grand you're looking for a brand new boiler. Paying £450-500 for a new boiler, it's no brainer. Now, like I said to Ian, they are coming next week. So we've run, fortunately, the energy company we've gone under here, which I think we've gone under Eon, they are actually part of the government's Green Eco Deal scheme. And so I phoned them up and explained and said, look, the boiler's, it's dripping. I mean, literally, we've got a mop bucket, which and this is where we know she knew about it, and we know she's been living with this problem for so long, all these problems for so long, because the mop bucket was underneath the boiler and strategically placed. And when Ian had come in on the Sunday, the mop bucket was full of water. We are emptying a mop bucket of drip water from this boiler about every 2 to 3 days. And Ian he had to pull off all the tiling and everything in the underneath the boiler, around the boiler, trying to find the main switch for it, which happens to be on the other side of the wall in the hallway. Don't ask, I've no idea. The boiler's in the downstairs loo. But anyway, he ended up ripping off all this bloody thing that he didn't need to. Bloody good job he did, because the entire back of this wall bit is, or was, it's not now because it's dried out, but it was black with mould, because the drip had been getting behind the sort of, the boxing in of it and trickling down, because this boiler's been leaking for so long, and it was all mouldy and black. So thank God we've got that pulled off. Then what else was there? And when you just like, shit, we're moving in at beginning of December. It's fucking Christmas. It's pissing freezing. Everything leaks and there's water literally running inside the house. That's fantastic. So we can't store anything in the conservatory and we can't store anything in the garage because they're not watertight. So we've still got this storage unit. Ian was going to replace the garage roof and sort all that out to save some costs. And he came home last Friday from work and went, my back's gone again. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. So this week, so it was like, right, okay. So literally this week, I've ended up getting somebody out to give us a quote for the garage roof, which I was thinking around about the £800, £1,000 mark. No, nearly 2,000 it's going to cost. But at least it gives us a watertight storage area. And like I said to Ian, at £400 a month, it's only going to take 5 months of not having the storage unit. And the cost of that will be replaced. Plus, because we're managing to get this new boiler on the eco deal scheme, we're only going to have to pay 500 quid towards it. So when you add the two costs together, actually, we've kind of got a 2-for-1 deal, because a new boiler, like I say, would have cost us 2,500 to 3,000. But it's like, you move into a new house and it's like, yeah, thanks for that. That would have been lovely if that had been on the survey. And I mean, we paid a lot of money for our survey, like 63 pages, I think the report from the survey went into so much detail. But of course, they can only do what they can do. A lot of it, they are based on, or they are working on, the seller being honest and open and authentic and actually disclosing issues and declaring problems. If the seller doesn't do that, then, there's nowhere and no legal leg to stand on. And it's just like, oh my goodness. And, these are really quite major things, expensive things, and we're having to deal with them like that. Yeah. And this is the tip of the iceberg, and this is literally the end of the story. Like I say, I keep wondering whether or not to actually do a full gossip, here's the full tea, on the moving process, or I don't know whether to do that or not. But believe me, it might not sound a lot what I'm telling you all of what's been happening. But this is coming at the end of, like I say, 3-4 months prior to that of a lot of stress, certainly 6 weeks, 8 weeks prior to that, unbelievable amount of stress. Crazy. So yeah, it's been interesting. We are starting to, now we're into the new year, and obviously, because that's the other thing, all your trades and all that, there's no point trying to ring anybody over Christmas and New Year, because everybody's broken up for a couple of weeks. Nobody wants to know. Nobody's going to come out and give you a quote, because they'll have forgot about it by New Year, kind of thing. But at least now we are on with it. We're getting on with it. We're getting the problem solved and sorted. So fingers crossed, things will get better. I mean, again, moving in at Christmas, I've still not unpacked what boxes we brought from the old property. All my backdrop stuff, all for filming and that, None of that. That's all still in boxes. In the other room. Nothing's settled and sorted yet. Because it's been Christmas, so I've had like Christmas stuff out, and then it's packing all that away, and it's just the worst time of year at all possible. But thank God we did move when we did, in a way, because at least now we know about these issues. Whereas if we'd have, maybe moved and it was a drier time of year, maybe, April or whatever, we'd have done decorating and then found out the problems 6-8 months down the line. That I think would have been more annoying in one respect, because the entire house has been neglected. So it needs it certainly needs decorating from top to bottom. There are some building works that we want to do just to tweak things and make them a bit more suitable for us. The bathrooms need organising as well, because they're just in. It's kind of like this house is like you look at the kitchen and the cupboard sizes that have been chosen. You're just like, why? Why would you choose to have really small, narrow cupboards when you've actually got the space to have good, decent size, up and up, get lots in? No, we're going to go with the faffy little things and loads of fecking drawers. Because apparently, drawers are a thing. Shitty little shallow things that you can't fit naff all in. But we're going to have 20 of them. I don't know. I've stopped trying to figure out the way that this person who previously owned this property actually made their decisions, because the bathrooms, which are like above us, again, crazy, the amount of wasted space in the main bathroom, and then there's this stupid shower room, which we can't use because they've had a leak at some point, and we think all they've actually done is just stop using the shower. Again, ostrich syndrome. Stop using the shower room, but they've not actually done anything about it. The reason they've had a leak go through the floor is because they put tiles down, ceramic tiles, floor tiles. One's broken. It's obviously not been laid right, not stable enough. It's cracked. The water's gone underneath and then fallen down through into the hallway. But you step on that. The tile's still there, still cracked. You press on it, and the floor underneath is as spongy as anything. So we daren't use it. It's crazy. And it's been such an eye-opener that whereby when we sold our old property, we knew there was some issues. We had them sorted out. We fixed stuff. It might have only been, it might not have been the best quality job or the best top notch, but like we had leaky bath taps, we got them sorted. One thing or another, we couldn't have left that house knowing, or completed on the sale of that house, knowing that whoever was going to come in was going to have like immediate problems to deal with. We just physically couldn't do that. Morally, we couldn't do that. But we are such a minority. And that is something that really over this last 3 months has been brought very, very starkly into focus for me, just how differently myself and my husband, how we think, how we feel, how we act, how we make our choices and decisions. And it's something mentally, actually, I've been quite struggling with, in all honesty. Just, and I keep asking this question, just how do I do it? How do I get on? When you realise that that you're somebody who doesn't fit in this world, total different vibrational level, total different plane, total just like yeah, take me out of it. Leave me well away. You crack on, you get on with things. Come back to me when, And that's been very, very difficult over the last 3 months to just get up every day, keep going, keep pushing on, keep banging my head against a brick wall. I mean, like I say, just the fight that we had to do to even get this house. It's like, seriously, accept your situation and move on. Stop. No, it's the realization that people are out there and yet they don't give a shit. It I don't know how they go. I don't know how they can go on about their lives. I don't know. Oops, I'm buffering. Am I? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, yeah, the connection here. I need to get Ian onto it actually to check the connection speeds because we are having some issues with the connection. It's a bit fragile. I don't think the boys are still on the phones, but I have noticed that if anybody tries like going on to internet on the phones row, it proper slows the laptop down. So yeah. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a bloody nightmare in all honesty. I know I've not been keeping up with the chat, so I'm just going back now. Yeah, it is. It's why, in all honesty, it's why the break. I mean, I always said obviously I would have a break from doing the lives when we moved, which we, like I said, we knew we were going to be moving out end of October, but it's why I've not come back on till now because there's just been so much upheaval. It's been so stressful. It's really not been a very good or a very nice or experience in any way, shape, or form. And I think I'm only just now really starting, you know, I'm only really now starting to kind of feel up to actually talking to you all, in all honesty, about it, without somebody going, because nobody wants sock trails that bad on the internet, do they? Lise, thank the gods you had a watertight bath. Oh, wait. Yeah, that was another thing. Lisa and Rufus happened to bob round. Literally in the midst of Niagara Falls falling through my ceiling in the dining room because, yeah, the bath leaks as well, the overflow for the bath. So we literally had Niagara Falls coming through. We had to disconnect the lights, at the fuse. We had to turn the fuse for the downstairs lights off for 24 hours because there was hissing and fizzing and popping and so that could have caused a fire. That was good fun. Nee, you'd have had a breakdown for sure. Honestly, I'm telling you, Nee, I swear, I think I've had about 4, in all honesty. 25 years old for a boiler, not good. No, you're meant to replace your boilers every 8 to 10 years, everybody, in the UK. Anyway. So yeah, 25 years for a boiler, not ideal. Byron, people are absolutely spot on when they say moving house is one of the most stressful life events. Absolutely. Even organising our wedding was nowhere near as bad as this. Nowhere near. Bad enough renting, but can't imagine the additional stress involved when buying. Well, it gets better, Byron. Because when you buy a house, you use solicitors, yeah. And so you pay these solicitors an awful lot of money to then have to spend all your time chasing them and one thing or another. Literally, like phoning them every day and at one point, as you do. Because I've got the time to do that. I've got now else in my life that needs my attention, a disabled 4-year-old. But no, nothing else needs my attention at all. So you pay your solicitors, and on the date of completion, they also send you a nice big bill saying, "Here you go, thanks very much." And your bill includes stamp duty if you are eligible to pay it, which unfortunately we had to on this property. So I paid it all, and you literally pay everything. So it's all included. You pay it to your solicitor. So that was paid on the 25th of November or whatever it was. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, November, right? End of November, it was all paid. And I can't remember if it was just before Christmas or in between Christmas and New Year. I get a letter from HMRC saying you bought this property, you owe stamp duty, land tax. If you're using an agent on your behalf, i.e. solicitor, they'll have had a copy of this letter as well. So the first letter I got, I went, all right then, don't need to worry about that because we paid the solicitor, so they will be forwarding it on. Now, our solicitors, basically, there was a whole ho-ha and saga to do with that. But basically their systems all went down, their computer systems and everything. So I kind of thought, yeah, here we go. This is going to be all linked in to the problems that the solicitors had. Right, okay. Today, this afternoon, gets another fucking letter from HMRC. We wrote to you 2 weeks ago telling you that you owed us this money. We've not had it. Please can you pay it, and we're going to add £2 interest on. Hang on a minute. And this is dated 29th of December, this letter. Hang on a minute. What? Why are you coming after me? I've already paid it to the solicitors because, it's solicitors who deal with the buying and selling of houses, not mere mortals. No. So, rings HMRC. After 15 minutes, the call finally gets answered by the most unhelpful person you have ever come across in your born forth. Seriously, it's part of the interview process. Like, so then, Mr. Bloggs, can you, in your most unsympathetic and monotone voice, read this script for me? We are looking for somebody with absolutely no emotion. It must be absolutely deadpan. You must not be helpful in any way, shape, or form. You must use no courtesies, no nothing, and be as obstreperous and annoying as you possibly can. Your time starts now. Oh, that's very good, sir. Very good. Yes. Yes, loving the non-raising of the eyebrows, no facial tics, exemplary. You are a first class, you're hired. Because I'm telling you, that's the people I get at HMAC every time. The most unhelpful people. So, rings up today, 15 minutes. Yeah, I've got this reference number, let me give it you. Yeah, you've written to me about the land tax. Well, we used a solicitor, obviously, like 99% of people do when buying a house. So we've already paid the solicitor. So why are you coming after me? Well, and then he was confusing me. And then it's like, well, you need to ring the solicitor and check what they've done with the money. What? Right. But if I tell you, but I'm telling you I paid the solicitor. So it ain't me you're after for the money. It's the solicitor. No. You've bought the house. You need to find out, even though we're chasing for the money, we're the ones who want to know where the money is and why we've not yet received it. And although we know who your solicitors are, because we have details of the sale of the property, no, you need to ring your solicitors and you need to find out what they've done with it and where it is, get a reference number, and then you need to ring us back and tell us. Right, okay, because I ain't got else to do with my life. And explain to me again why you're the ones chasing the money. I've already told you I've already paid it because obviously that's what you do when you pay your solicitors on your settlement. You pay them your land tax as well. So why are you coming for me for the money, and why have I got to go and find out? You're the ones who want to know where your money is. Why aren't I'm telling you where your money is? Why aren't you going and asking that person where the money is? No, you need to do this. So then I spent this afternoon phoning the solicitors to find out what had happened with the money, to then phone HMRC back to speak to somebody completely different, who all of a sudden, when I said, well, no, because, the solicitors had a problem with their computer systems, everybody who was involved, it was a proper hassle. They thought they'd caught up with everybody. Obviously, we've slipped through the net. We've got a newbie. Marcus Muller is here. Hello, Marcus. Hello. Thank you for joining us this evening. So, yeah, where was that? So, so I phoned the solicitors, and she was like, yeah, she says, we've been in negotiations with HMRC. We've been in contact with HMRC. They know that there are people who we may well have, where there's been a delay in us paying, but one thing and another. So I rung back, and when I'm saying all this and explaining all this, all of a sudden, when you can hear, they don't even have to say anything on the other end of the phone, but you can hear the penny click. And I'm explaining, saying all about their computer systems and one thing and another. And apparently the solicitors have been in negotiation with yourselves, with HMRC, regarding all their customers who may have been caught up in this. Ah, yes, I can see. Yes, Premier Property Lawyers. This is the woman from HMRC. Ah, yes, right. Okay then. Right, okay. So you've been in negotiations with the solicitors. You know all about the hassle that the solicitors have had, and one thing and another with their computer systems. You've got no way of flagging on your system, oh, look, this person has bought, and their solicitor was Premier Property Lawyers, part of the team of lawyers that were, this massive problem that affected virtually every property sale in the country for 3.5, nearly 4 weeks. And the first guy that I spoke to couldn't see, and the light bulb didn't go on and say, hang on a minute, this person, and what about the fact I've been charged £2 interest? So the saga continues over this fucking house, I tell you. But yeah, so I've got 8, but anyway, after talking to the solicitors, she's like, look, we do know about it. It is flagged on your file. It should be sorted today or tomorrow. Why HMRC have come after you, and why they've told you, why they've said to you to phone us and then for you to phone them back. She says, tell them to get lost. She says, why aren't they speaking to us directly? I went, that is the question I asked him, and all I got was, you need to do this, you need to do that. Oh yeah, cheers for that. I tell you what, I'd love your job, sat on my backside, getting paid to just go, no, I'm not going to do anything to help you. I'm not going to do out. You need to do everything, even though we're the numpties that haven't got a clue where our backsides are. Honest to goodness. Anyway, sigh. Oh, anyway. Sorry, I am trying to catch up on. I'm just scrolling through. Oh my God, Kelly, you're a pro mover. Your last move to where you are now was your 20th. Jesus. Neat, you've been in your house 18 years. Yeah, we were at our previous property 18 years. And not that we thought that when we bought it, but, Byron, you move once every 5 years. And that's too often in your opinion. Oh my God. Oh my God, Lisa, you moved every 6 to 9 months for years and years. I can't. Oh, jeez. Oh, you've lived in your current place for the last 6 years, Kel. Oh, that's not so bad. You quite enjoy the process. Oh my God, you're weird. Oh my word. Nanette, you've never moved. Wow. My husband's like that though. Ian was like that. His mum and dad bought their house from brand new build, literally from a new build, 50 odd year ago, and they've never moved. So yeah, You lived with your grandma for 32 years, Nanette. Wow. Gosh. Nanette, the person who lived there before you is crazy. Oh, Fruit Loop. Absolute Fruit Loop, this other person, honestly. Wow. Just think how great it will be to turn it all around, Kirsty, and make it a real home. Absolutely, Nee, absolutely. And we always, it's not like we came into this house thinking it was all perfect and no, 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 no. When I came and looked at it, I knew things, like I say, straight away I looked at the boiler, I was like, hey, that's an old boiler. But again, so I knew. The annoying thing is the fact that they've not made any attempt at rectifying problems. And that just winds me up because, like I say, I'm in receipt of you know um of a particular benefit, which enables me to be eligible for this Green Deal thing, like I say. But she, as a single parent, would have been eligible for it as well. So the phone call that I made to the energy company just before Christmas and got it booked in, so the surveyors come in on Tuesday. Next Tuesday the surveyors come in to decide whether or not the boiler can be repaired or replaced. It'll be replaced, don't worry about that. It's absolutely nicky nacky nude. And then hopefully it'll be the week or two after when we actually get the new boiler put in. She could have done that. you know, getting the bloody conservatory fixed. That is actually a bit of a nightmare because it's a really old conservatory, and it's the sealant that's gone. And all the sealants, your sealant is your black strip of rubber that joins your piece of plastic together. And unfortunately, all different makes of windows and conservatories, all the profiles of the side of the slot where you need to run this bit of rubbery stuff down, they're all different. So it's trying to find the right bit of rubbery stuff to stick down, to sort it. And again, people, well, how do you know it's been leaking for years? Because there was massive, great wads of fecking moss on the inside, in the corners where all the sealant had perished, because it was so old. Nothing major, just it was so old, it had perished, it needed replacing. Just normal general maintenance jobs that you have to do in houses. But Kel, you're not alone, Kirsty. It's very hard to understand how some people can live without any empathy for others. We all love in our own worlds, viewed from our own perspective. Actually, yeah, absolutely. I totally get that, Kel. And it is very easy to, get quite insular. Don't get me wrong, I get very insular. And if not being concerned by anybody else, or in these sort of situations, I'm all one for, I'm all right, Jack, sod you kind of thing, and for looking after your own first. Big believer in that, don't get me wrong. But there are also situations where, like with our house that we sold, we left the cooker that was literally a year old. We left that. We left bedroom furniture. One reason being that the bedroom furniture that was in the boys' room was like 25 years old. It didn't owe us a penny. And we didn't want to bring it with us because honestly, we didn't know if taking it apart and putting it back together again, whether it would or not. And the big wardrobes from our bedroom we left because they were 2.5 meters tall. And so even when I bought them, I always knew that I'd probably have to leave them because, I mean, even though we're in an older property again now, properties these days don't have those heights, ceilings. So we left all those. So we've got no bedroom furniture here or anything like that. We've got us beds, but no wardrobes or chest of drawers or anything. Now the couple that moved in were a first-time buyer, really young, literally not even of old-fashioned full age, so under 21, young couple with a baby, literally come straight from home, got absolutely nothing, moved in with nothing. So they were so grateful, apparently. We found out after, they were absolutely over the moon that we'd left the wardrobes and that we'd left the cooker, and you know what I mean? They didn't have to go out and start having to buy it. That made us feel great. That was like, yeah, we did the right thing, you know? But again, like I say, we've soon figured out that not many people live like that, and not people think like that, you know. In these kind of situations, when you're dealing with buying a house and stuff, you'd think that because this seller wanted us to take her situation into consideration, but was not prepared to take ours into consideration. But like I say, she was told that you know, basically when she wouldn't complete when we'd originally said we were going to, that we were going to have to find temporary. She was basically making us homeless, and it was like, yeah, and like I say, and then the next date that she agreed to, on the day, she just turned around and went, "No, I can't do it till next week now." Hang on a minute, you already know that we're a family with 3 young children, we have disabled children, um, there's you and potentially maybe 2 children, but actually not quite sure whether or not the 2 children actually lived with her in this house. So really, we're looking at herself. Honestly, just honestly. Nee, you live in your own world, but have empathy and care for those who deserve it. That is absolutely. Holland, the trouble is working out which people deserve it and which ones are good actors. Oh, you see, this was the thing, Holland. She thought she'd got who she needed to have, like conned. Not me. I was not taking any of the BS at all. And I didn't believe her from day one. But she'd got the solicitors, but the solicitors were tied over a barrel because, you know, they were acting on her instructions kind of thing. There's not a lot they could say. So, yeah. Oh, and who are the succubi out there? Absolutely, Lisa. Boy. Absolutely. And yeah, you're right, Neat. You do have to learn the hard way, unfortunately. Yeah. I always, I always say, is this Kirsty catching up on the chat? Laugh out loud. Absolutely, Cal. I'm right there. With you. Some people are just rude. They blooming well are. And yeah, it's those people who, when you treat them the way they treat you, oh my God, do they got on the defensive? And you're the bad person. It's like, hang on a minute. But it's all right for you to give that out, but you don't like receiving it back. And yeah, honestly, I ever get my hands around this woman's neck, and seriously, I don't know what I'd do. And then, on the day when we actually did move in, right? So she's held everything up. She's been a pain in the ass. She has cost us, in reality, she's probably cost us the best part of about £3,000 because of the way she's been. Karen, yeah, proper Karen, Lise, proper Karen. And yeah, she leaves us a card. Welcome to your new home. Opens it up to the new owners. We got there in the end, smiley face. We got there in the end. Your fault. So even at the point when she's moving out, she still doesn't recognise that she has, in any way, shape, or form, and no acknowledgement, no appreciation, nothing of the stress and havoc she caused myself, my family. Oh, no, never happened. What are you on about? I never said anything. I never did anything. Fucking cheek of her. Honest to God, that card got ripped up. It got saved and shown to as many people as... Have you fucking seen it? Just bloody look! Look! The cheek of the woman! Look! I saved it and showed it to as many people as I possibly could. Obviously. Then the chuffer got ripped up and shoved in the chimney. I mean, I tell you something, she did leave us. Other than the leaks and one thing and another, she left us plenty of bloody dog hair. Because I have never seen a place so filthy in all my bum puff. That was the other thing. Now, she'd got dogs, right? I'm fairly sure I could probably tell you the breed that she had, in all honesty. I can certainly tell you the colour of them. It was just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And the stuff she left in the garden and one thing and another. And it's like, all right, cheers for that. Ooh, neat. I need to take you a picture. I need to take a picture of the light fittings in the bathroom because I still haven't managed to get them done and I was going to say done and dusted. Excuse the pun. But I haven't got them sorted yet. They are meant to be white, like a marble pearlized white. I'll take a photo and I'll Insta it, you love. You want to see ooh, and that'll give you an idea of the rest of the house. Now, again, when you've got animals, it is, don't get me wrong, I know, keep it on top of that animal hair. It's a pain in the arse. I remember with our Bono when we had my cat, he was ginger, and we had a green 3-piece suite then, and he had a chair that he used to like to sit on. And every week I would hoover his chair, and every week it would suddenly go from being, oh, look, it's like a pale, lemony, beigey colour to, oh, there it is, it's green again, because he shed and mould that much. I know it's a pain in the arse, but you don't know, if you sell a house, you don't know who's moving into that house. Somebody could be moving in with severe hypersensitivities to, and dog hair and animal hair in particular is one of the most common irritants to people. So, now Ian is allergic to animals, to dog hair and cat hair. He has got better as he's got older, but he is actually allergic. He's more highly sensitive. He's seriously allergic to the saliva, but the hair itself, he is allergic to. In reality, and I mean, I know this is only, it's probably dramatic, but there is a minority where this is a very, very real reality. My husband could have walked in this front room and I could have been phoning an ambulance because of anaphylactic shock. There was that much dog hair in this house and in this front room alone. It was disgusting. And, Ness, absolutely, my darling, absolutely. I mean, I hold my hands up and say, I am not the world's best housewife. I hate cleaning. I can't stand it. There are 6,001 other things and probably 60,001 other things I will choose to do and rather do over cleaning. I have said for years I would love to be able to afford a cleaner. I'm just not very good at it. I don't like doing it. It makes me grumpy, makes me mardy. Can't be asked, Again, admit your failings and admit your weaknesses. Cleaning is one of my weaknesses. Hold my hands up. But even Ian was like, love, our house has never been this filthy. Ever. 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 It's never been this bad. I mean, it took me... I'm in the front room at the minute, and we've now got a bay window, a lovely bay window. I love my bay windows. It took me an hour to clean just the bay window. Nothing else in the room, just the bay window alone. The disgustedness on the ledge and stuff like that. It was, I had to have, because I always use Star Drops water. So I buy neat star drops and then I dilute it down, whether that's in my washing up bowl or I have trigger spray bottles, in bathrooms and stuff like that. I use star drops water for literally everything. And if I don't use if star drops won't shift it, then I fall back on bicarbonate soda and white vinegar. Now, I'd got my star drops water in literally red hot soapy water and my greenan. On your cleaning things, on your sponges with the greenan. Well, you can buy just the greenan bits, and that's what I like to use personally when I'm washing my pots and stuff. And I had to go. I've got my dishcloth for wiping, but that sticky shite was not coming off for no bugger. So literally, I had to go and get me scrubby, a brand new scrubby rough greenan, not quite as rough as a Brillo pad, but we're on a similar length. And I had to scrub the PVC and scrub the window. There's still paint splatters all over the window. Cannot get them off for love nor money. But, what have I missed? What have I missed? Bugger. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Bloody cheek. You're telling me, bloody cheek. Tell me about it, Cal. Oh, God, yeah, they don't like it when they get the same treatment. They frigging don't, do they, Nate? Holland, you poor thing, Kirsty. At least in a couple of years, this will be a distant memory and you'll be all sorted in your lovely home. Oh, we will, my darling. We will, Holland. Thank you. But it's just been, it really has been the saga of, like I say, just ridiculousness. And like I say, all this that I'm telling you, there's a prequel, there's a backstory to all of this, which has got far more in it than what this is. So, oh, neat. No, it's okay, thanks, I can't stand it. Oh, mate, it is foul. It really is foul. Even Ian, like I say, was like, nah, how can anybody live like this? I've no idea. I'm like, exactly. I'm like, again, if you're not very good at cleaning, like me, admit it, get some bugger in to do it, God damn it. Yeah, Nessa's comment did get held. I don't know why, but yeah, absolutely, Ness. I know that situation, but I hoover regulate. It doesn't take long, exactly. Yeah, the whole thing where you're changing the colour of your settee after getting rid of the animal hair. Absolutely. Kel, unfortunately, folks that care are in the minority. Hopefully one day that won't be the case. I know, and it's the only thing that keeps me going in one respect is that thing that I keep trying to install in the kids, the energy you put out is what you get back. So it's like somewhere in the chain of this whole property thing, someone had to back down and say, well, we will inconvenience ourselves so that, you can have what you want or have it the way you want or whatever. And we were the chain, we were the brake, we were what did that. And thank God we did, because had we not done, our buyers would have been then delayed even further. That could have then, like if they'd have not been able to get another mortgage, then the entire chain would have broke, because then we'd have not had our buyer. And you just, yeah. I tell you what we have learned. We've learned that next time we will literally make sure that we buy with no onward sale. There's no onward chain, or we will. I don't know, but it will be one of our priorities next time is that we buy with no chain, and we will ensure that it'll be like, now we want to make sure whoever's buying off of us is like a first time buyer or whatever. Or somebody buying cash, where there's going to be no hassle, because I can't do it. I can't be doing it literally like on the phone to solicitors every day, Monday to Friday for 6 weeks solid. Oh, get out of town. Honest to God, get out of town. I can't be doing. Cannot be doing. Neat, that's the first time Nessa's had a comment held, so not a bad record. No, it's not bad at all. Although why that comment got held, I have no idea. It wasn't saying anything nasty. So you gotta have faith, faith, faith. You've gotta have faith, faith, faith. Ooh, baby. Oh yeah, definitely, Kel. You've got to have faith, Neat. Positivity is the only way forward. Absolutely. Neat. Oh God, yeah. Each time you've bought, it's been no chain. Oh, totally. The thing is that we thought we'd done really well as well, because obviously our buyers were first-time buyers. Then there was us, and who we bought off. They were buying for cash, and they were buying with a no chain. So literally, you had 4 parties in the chain. That was it. That is nothing. And yet, so if that's our buyers, that's us, that's our seller. She was the problem link, you know. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. My God, was she the weakest link? 44 cobs in a brown loaf. Jeez. I swear down. Like, people like her should have a flat, like in the NHS and in the police and things like that. You know, if you are violent, or you've got there's what they call flags, right? So everybody, if you don't know this, which a lot of people probably don't unless they've worked in public service or in like the government or whatever. But basically, any authoritative being, HMRC, DWP, the police, the NHS and police, front lines in particular, have a flag system. So if you ever have, like, if you are abusive or violent, if you've been known to carry weapons, within the NHS, it's your medical status. So if you are categorised as a Cat 3, you are a high-risk individual, which means you have blood-borne infectious diseases such as Hep B, C, HIV, AIDS, things like that. And these are all coded systems that the professionals will immediately understand and recognise, but the vast majority of Joe blogs would not have a clue. This particular person we need a flagging system of Fruit Loop. Steer clear. Do not engage in any sort of business transaction with this individual. You will come off worse for it, you know. Should have been simple then, but you had a simple seller. Absolutely, that is proper right, Nate. It should have been simple. You're right. Four parties in the chain. Could you have asked for anything better as a seller, as her, as the third person? Could you have asked for out better? No. Could you, Nanas? But yeah, they seriously were simple. Holland, so glad we didn't have a chain when we bought our current place. It was tough enough as it was, not to mention being flooded shortly after. No. Would still buy it if we could go back, though. Well, that's good. Now, you see, at least in that respect, at least that confirms that at least you made the right decision. Yes, you had issues, Holland, being flooded out, not, you know. But if you'd still make that same choice, then it's definitely the right place, isn't it? And it was the right decision for you. We still know, even though we've had to fight and stamp his feet and threaten all sorts and carry out threats as well, you know, to get in here, to actually physically, it was such hard work, and it shouldn't have had to be. Purely because of some other person being a fucking arsehole. And that is swearing. Like, proper self-absorbed arsehole. All because of that. Yeah. But for us, because my auntie did say to me at one point, she was like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And I'm like, yeah, because in every way we benefit being here as opposed to our old place. So we are now 4 bedrooms as opposed to 3. We have 4 downstairs rooms now as opposed to 3. So we've gained an extra room. The rooms that we did have, like the room I'm in now, the front room now, is far bigger than my old front room. The garden's bigger. We've got off-road parking. We didn't have that before. We've got a garage. We didn't have that before. The outlook is fantastic. The village we're in now, or the area that we're in now, is a nicer area to be. The properties around here and around, in this particular area, they don't drop, or the how do I explain this? It's just they hold their value better, and their increase over the years is a better, you're onto a better thing. So like when we first bought our old house, we had a budget of 80,000 at the time, and the house that we're in here now, when we bought our original house, like I say, houses up here in this village then were, our budget at the time then was 80,000. We would have needed to have bought, because the vast majority of the houses in this village are 3-bed semis. There are some wee 2-bed semis, and then there are some bigger detached houses as well. But even the 2-bed semis, at the time that we bought our 3-bed mid-terrace, the 2-bed semis here were on for about 100,000. So you were less house, more money even then. Now, we've just sold our old house for 85,000, and we bought this for 200. Now, so that's what, 1.5 times what we sold our old property for. Whereas when we bought the old property, these 3-bedders, these were on the market for about 120. So only about 50% up on what our old property was. Now you're looking at literally 150% up. So in those intervening years, whereby, all right, we had the crash happen, which knocked 50% off the value of our old property, which is why we've had to wait so long to be able to sell it, so that we could then get back into equity from it. But because of the area we were in, being a not as highly valued area, it took all that time for it literally to get back up to the value that it was pre the 2007 financial global crisis. Whereas the properties now where we are, those properties had bounced back within about 5 years. So it's, again, in every respect, yes, we've had to work hard for it. Yes, it's come with issues that we didn't realise. We're the ones that are stumping for that. We're the ones having to sort that out at the wrong time of year. And yeah, it means that money that we were hoping to have had for a family holiday at Easter, no, that's going to have to be diverted now, which is a shame. But, it is what it is, and we'll cope with it and deal with it the best we can and as we can. The trick is like Kel said, is that positivity. It's easier said than done. Particularly when you're in the midst of it and you're in the midst of that deep dark well, and you cannot seem to find or see any chink of light, let alone any sign of a way out. but it's keeping that positivity, and as long as I just keep thinking every day, you know, as long as I've done something to help our situation, like yesterday, I phoned around and organised for once we realised Ian's back is just not going to be up to doing and resorting this garage roof. It's like, look, love, you've got to wait for your back to get better now. You've got to then wait for the right, weather, because obviously, trying to do it in the middle of a snow blizzard, not the best idea. You also need to get somebody, collar a mate, to come and help you do it. How long is that going to take? In the short term, it's going to cost us a couple of grand to get it sorted that we weren't anticipating. However, in the long term, if that then means that then we can start getting rid of stuff out of the lockup into the garage, and even just doing that, if it means we can then get rid of the lockup, that's going to save us 400 quid a month. I says, in all, let's be realistic. If we waited for Ian to do it, yeah, it might then save us 500 quid or a grand, whatever, for him to do it. But if it's going to take 6 months before the job's done, that's nearly 2.5 grand down the drain in storage fees. Swings and roundabouts. And like I said to him, again, we've managed to get on the eco deal for the new boiler. We've saved. We've gained there. We've had a bonus given to us in one hand, so we pass that along, and we go, right. Okay, well, you're not 25 anymore, love. Your back is bad. You've got 2 bulging discs in your lower back region. We know about them. We know that it's not good. If you don't listen to your body, you're going to put yourself flat on your back for a month, which, in all honesty, I can't be doing with, because I've had enough stress and strain over the last 3 months. I want a bit of peace time now, please. Thank you very much. I don't want you laid out on the sofa and me having to run around after you like last time, like a few years ago. No, I do enough of that with the bloody kids. No, let's just get somebody in to do it. So, and I sat and I made that decision. I literally made that decision yesterday morning. No, that's it. I'm going to get somebody in, get it sorted. Somebody's coming in. Job's going to be done by the end of January, which means then, come beginning of February, we can start with the unloading of the storage unit. So hopefully by the end of February, the storage unit will be totally empty, got rid of, and that, again, financially is and we can breathe. Because, like I said, because Ian was getting really, really down last week, and that's the problem is, love, there's so much, and it feels so overwhelming. You don't know where to start. But the trick is to at least make a start. He was getting really wound up, and I'm like, look, there's nothing we can do until next week. We're now into the new year. We've just got to wait. Yes, it's frustrating, but we do what we can when we can. I says, as long as you, come home from work on Tuesday and say, right, I've done this and I've sorted that, and I've rung, the plumber to come down and start sorting out and booking in to do the bathrooms. Because we knew, again, like I say, about this shower room not being usable. We had an idea about that. What we didn't realise was about the fact that the overflow on the bath leaked, and the fact that the shower head that's connected to the bath, that doesn't work either. So, but we have a bath. It's not like we haven't got any washing facilities. We have a bath. It could be worse. We could be having to go and inconvenience my auntie sort of a couple of miles down the road now, every couple of days, borrowing her bath and shower, but we've not. All right, it's not ideal, but, So, funnily enough, on Tuesday, he come home from work and he's like, right, I've rung James, I've rung the plumber, He's coming down next week. I think it's no. Is it next week he's coming? Or the 19th, the week after? He's coming to start and sort and hopefully get booked in. He's like, and I was like, right, Excellent. So you've rung James, you know that's in, you've done that job. How much better do you feel? He was like, I can't believe how much better I feel. Just like, yeah, right, I've done what I can, I'm on it, tick that off the list. I said, yeah, mentally ticking things off the list. Cut things down into bite-sized chunks. It's not about tackling all of it, in one fell swoop. And it's just doing bits at a time. I mean, I was putting, because this house now is 3 floors as well. It's had a loft conversion done to create 2 further bedrooms. So we've now got 2 sets of stairs. Oh my God. So all the Christmas decks I took down and I'd moved them up into Louis' bedroom on the 1st floor. So up 1 flight of stairs in preparation for like sorting out all the eaves storage that's in both of the boys' bedrooms on the top floor for storing all the Christmas stuff in there. Oh my God, yesterday. So I did all that on Wednesday when Louis was at the childminders. And up, down, up, down, up, down. Because, of course, with my shoulder and everything, I can't really lift anything very heavy. Or, it's, yeah, I have to make more journeys with stuff. So, up, down, up, down, up, down. So I eventually got it sorted and got most of the Christmas stuff away. It's not all done yet, but most of it put away. And my backside, my bum, my God, can I tell I did stairs 2 days ago? It's still hurting now. Like right in that bit in your bum, where like the top of your leg almost meets. Oh my God. Like that, my glutes, I'm like, jeepers creepers. And my back and everything is still, even 2 days later, literally yesterday, I couldn't do anything. I managed to do a couple of loads of washing yesterday and put them out, but my back was so sore. And this is the annoying thing with moving and like with things like with the garage roof. And Ian going, yeah, I need to remember I'm not 20 odd anymore. And I'm like, I know. Like, between the 2 of us, physically, we just about make one person. Because my issues with my back and my neck, my shoulders, my upper back, Ian's issues are with his lower back. So it's just like, oh my God. It's ridiculous. And the worst of it is that we know that this is not our forever home. That really is the worst thing, Oh crikey, the chat's gone crazy again. Hang on. Oh God. Oh. Well, where am I? Neat. That happened to me with my first house, Holland, but thankfully had full insurance, got redecorated for free on insurance. So you got flooded out on your first home. Oh my God, neat. Holland, you were insured too, thankfully. Totally. God, yeah. Neat, you wanted to redecorate and new carpets anyway, so after waiting for house to dry out, result! Oh, Lise, it's a nice house, to be fair, worth in the end. It will be, and that's what I mean, Lise. Even though it's been a right struggle and half, and you more than anybody know what we've been through, we know that it's still worth it. We know we're still, like I say, we know that we're still gaining in every single way. I mean, we're now literally within walking distance of the boys' school, the primary school, not the secondary school for James, but the primary school, which is amazing. So Matthew's been able to walk himself to school and back from school every day, giving him that independence and that little bit of responsibility, because he goes up to secondary school this September. And I've always wanted to be within walking distance of school. And it makes such a difference. It's just fantastic. I just love it. I do love it. Positionally, where we are now is so much better. Oh no, Holland, you just finished building a recording studio in your basement. Oh, 44 cobs and a brown loaf. That's not good, is it? Jeez. Hey, at least it's done now, though, says Kel. I just think of it as an opportunity for improvement. Absolutely. And that is what we've said, Kel, as well, is the poor house is in such a state, and it really does need somebody to come in and love it and show it some love and some care and attention. And we know we're not going to lose in this house, either emotionally or financially, because it took so long for us to actually sort buying this house out and completing, that by the time we completed, we bought this for 200, and there are other houses like this with the loft conversion done, so they're the 4 beds, but done nicer than this. Well, yeah, done to a slightly better standard than this, but not, still ones that you would want to go in and redecorate, and and maybe a little on the old fashioned side or whatever. Maybe families lived there for sort of 30-40 years, and now they're maybe downsizing or whatever. There are a lot of those houses in this village, because again, once people I mean, our next door neighbours that way, not the ones joined on to us, over the driveway, they've lived here nearly 40 years. His brother lives next door but one. They've been here 35 years, so it very much is like that. When the houses come up round here for sale, when they come up, they don't often last on the market for long. But we know of another one of these. In fact, it's next door to our Kaz, my friend, because she lives in this village. And it's literally over the driveway from her house. Now, hers is the same style of house as what we're in here, but she hasn't had the loft conversion done, so she's still the original 3 bed. And but she is on a side street. She's not on the main road, whereas we're on the main road. Now, literally, we know the old owners of the next door neighbour to our Kaz, and we know what they sold it for, which was 178, and that was about 5 years ago. The young lad who bought it done absolutely nothing to it, literally nothing to it, and they's just sold for 240. So, and there was another one of these 3-bedders that came up on the high street. Again, after we'd said, before we'd completed with this, but we'd said we would have it. So we sorted this and had our offer on it confirmed in the July. So it must have been about September, and it went up and sold for 220, I think 220 or 225 on the high street. And it was, it was a similar sort of thing. Somebody who lived in it for a long time, downsizing, moved out. So again, needed decorating, not sure, because obviously I didn't go and see it, so I don't know about the boiler and stuff. But it certainly, like the windows, you could just tell from the outside that it maybe had not had really any major works done on it in maybe 10-15 years, as a minimum. The bathroom was that sort of, if I say the 90s style of suite, where it's got that scallop edge on it, you know the one I mean. You know the one I mean, don't you? That late 80s, 1990s style of suite. Yes, it was white, but the shape and the style of it was a bit like, bit suspect. I remember that was in that house. So again, you'd want a new bathroom suite and stuff like that. So these houses are already, if we were trying to buy one now, we'd be having to pay at least 20-30 grand more than what we've paid for this. So again, we know we've made the right decision. We would still make the decisions again, to try and get this like we have. So, yeah. Oh, dear. Crikey Mosey. Neat, where is hubby tonight? Pub? Yes. I don't know whether you heard him sneak out about an hour ago. Because he'd been in the bath and one thing and another. So yeah, he's gone out. He's gone to the pub, of which he now has. Well, he's got one literally a 5-minute walk away. He's got another one literally a 20-minute walk away, and then only about another 5-10-minute walk after that, you've got a whole village full. You know what I mean? A whole little wee. There's one. Well, hang on. There's the gin bar. There's that one. There's that one. There's that one. So there's 3 proper pubs and a little microbrewery gin bar place in like a tiny wee little villagey centre-y bit. So there's about 6 or 7 pubs within walking distance, staggering distance, certainly. So he's a very happy hubby at the moment. Yeah. What's River doing? Hang on. Oh, River is climbing up the curtain. Maybe I should get her down. Nah, leave her there. She'll be fine. She'll be right. With a bit of cake. Poopy. Oh, crikey Moses. Hang on. Do time lapse. What you on about time lapsing? Oh, 44 cobs. Oh God, right, hang on. Full bodily appearance on camera? I don't think so. Oh, hands and face only. Absolutely. Oh no, we don't do full bodies on here. Neat, I'd rather show her ass than her face. Oh, not sure why, Neat. Not sure why, but there we go. There's another prop phone just for that, Neat. That's what I was thinking, Kel. Oh dear. That sounds good, Kirsty. What Holland? What was I on about her? We're all just talking to each other. You're just ignoring me, aren't you, the lot of you? Oh dear. Byron, I think I have about 20 pubs within a 5-minute walk. It's no wonder I never get anywhere on time. No wonder you're always in the bloody pub then, Byron. Jeez. Oh dear. Yes, no, I would think hubby will be back in probably about an hour. So half an hour or so. Something like that. It's lots of drinkeries, Kirsty. Sounds good. Yes, absolutely, Holland. You've got to have a bit of variety, haven't you, love, Excuse me, burping. Yeah, because where we were before, there was literally one pub. Well, there wasn't. There was 2 working men club and a pub. But they were all literally in the same little area, and that was a good half an hour walk from where we used to live. So, I would love to film a declutter series, but I've no idea where to start. Oh, God. You see, at the moment, I ain't got a clue either, because, like I say, all my stuff's in fucking boxes. So, and I'm seriously, I have no idea where anything is. Because, unfortunately, because we only had 6 days' notice of having to go into temporary accommodation, we literally poor Ian spent 4 days just literally up and down from the loft, filling the car backwards and forwards into the storage unit, just to get as much out the house as possible. And so, of course, whereby my storage unit previously had been all organised in sections and areas, and I knew where everything roughly was. In the panic, Ian just went, I need to make as much space. We need to just push everything. So literally everything just got pushed to the back, floor to ceiling to the back, and then worked forward. So I have no idea where anything is. The only thing I do know is that I found out literally last weekend, at the same time as all the shit was hitting the fan with the house and moving and having to go into temporary accommodation and all that, I found out this last weekend that at the same time all that was happening, and I was no internet and no phone line and all that malarkey. Yeah. Our Sarah's hen do has had to be changed, the date of it. So I was working on the hen do being in May, and it's now 5 weeks from now. And I have stuff concerning the hen do in the lockup, which when we started putting stuff in the lockup, I thought, oh well, that's for the hen do, that's May. Plenty of time, we'll have had the lockup totally cleared and sorted by then, not a problem at all. And now I've got to go and try and find, and it's right at the back, literally the aisle that I'd created and where the wedding and the hen do stuff is, which is all next to my baking stuff. Think about it, hen do, wedding, hen do, baking. Yeah, you can see my logic. Yeah, you can see my logic. So, decoratey stuff, hen do decoratey stuff, hen do party games, hen do food. Yeah, baking my big catering trays and, all that when you're trying to, so it's all organised in the lockup at the back of a 150 square meter cube, fuck off, great big huge thing that I can't get to. And I've got 5 weeks to try and manoeuvre a passageway through and down to these boxes of stuff that I now need to find and get. Oh, the fun times keep a rolling. The fun times keep a rolling. My God, honestly. Lisa's filmed blush and bronzers and got liners and mascaras to do next. On your declutter series, darling, is that what you've been up to this week? Bloody hell. Neat. Byron, where I live, it's pubs, tea rooms, or charity shops. Awesome. Not wrong with that. Holland, I don't think I have a single pub in staggering distance, actually. Wow. But we do have a retail park close by and a Home Bargains, so it's all good. And I bet 2 doors down. Well, that's all right then. That's all right. That's fine. Kelly, you wouldn't believe how much I've decluttered already, Neat, but still there is so much. That was like when I did mine, Neat, you've got a church and a pub within staggering distance, so you can confess your sins on the way home. Depends on which way around you're doing the crawling, though, doesn't it? Holland, but it's taking you forever, Lisa, with all your stash. Got my Nikki palette today, by the way. Yay! Has Hater Me's paid you a visit yet? Ooh. Neat. Kelly, I will come up north and sort you out. I'm a brilliant declutterer. I'm ruthless. I can imagine as well. I can imagine Neat being ruthless. Kel, you'd probably make me cry, Neat. She wouldn't know. She'd be like, pull your pants up. Go on. You don't need that. Why do you need that? She will, I know. She will. Yeah, I'll tell you to grow up, Kel. Laugh out loud, yeah. Ness, don't even go there with Beauty Bay. I'm still in talks with her. Oh, no, Ness. Have you still not got yours? That sounds like a disaster, Kirsty. Nanette. Story of my life, love. Story of my life, honestly. Seriously, it's like when I say to people, like, with me, I can't do anything normal, or it's always got to be like, I can't just have, I don't know, like my migraines, I can't just be a migraine sufferer. No. I have to have a rare form of migraines. Not only a rare form, the rarest form of that rare form as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't do it by halves. So yeah, if there's going to be an almighty cock up or stress or hassle, it ain't just going to be a wee bit with me. No. It's gonna be colossal, It's gonna be a fictional, out of this world type, You know, like I say, like my friend said to me, like, really, you could not make that shit up. And I'm like, I know, tell me about it, you know? But this all happens to me. This is the problem, Nanette. It sounds fictional. It sounds out of this world. It sounds like, no, that possibly could not all happen to one person. Oh, yes, it does. I am here to tell you that. And it does it time and time and time again. Anyway, I'm trying to catch up with the chat. I'm trying to catch up with them in the chat. Ness, yes, Kirsty, still no pallet, but Hermes said they delivered it. Okay. It will be such a celebration when you finally get it, Ness. It really will. Why can't they just send out another? Exactly. Have you tried crying? That always works for me. But yeah, Ness, I mean, you know, if it should be, surely it should be up to Hermes to prove that they've delivered it, you know, because I love that. Then they say, if you ring up a company and say, oh, I've not received this order, well, you need to prove to us that you've not received it. Well, how exactly do you want me to do that? How do you want me to prove that I've not received anything? Because take a photo of what? Me empty doorstep? Me empty what? What? How exactly do you want me to prove that I've not received it? I don't get that. I really don't get that. Can anybody help me out with that? How do you do that? How do you prove you've not received something to a company? I don't get it. That's what people tell you when you tell them your life story, Nanette. Like, don't be ridiculous. That couldn't possibly all. Oh, yeah. Ness, you don't think emails here tears neat? No, they don't, which is why you need to get on the phone, I'm afraid, mate. And if you're anything like me, like just the actual thought of phoning somebody and having to speak to somebody else just makes me into a gibbering wreck anyway. My anxiety goes through the roof, and the first thing that I do when my anxiety hits that level is it just flows out of me. I can't help it. So yeah. Take a picture of you looking at a blank space. Exactly. I know, neat. Like how? How do you do that? They're supposed to take photos when they deliver, aren't they? Exactly, Holland. And it's meant to be with Hermes, it's meant to be in the open doorway as well. So if they've done it in an open doorway, you can turn around and say, well, this is my open doorway, or this is what my doorway looks like. Well, that ain't my doorway. You know, at least you can do that. But it should be, in my opinion, it should be on them, the onus on them to prove that they have delivered it. Not only have they delivered it to the correct address as well. That should be up to them to do. It shouldn't be up to you to prove that you've not received it. Because, like I say, how do you prove that you've not received? How do you do that? You know? Yeah, because your palette ain't there. Exactly. Beauty Bay say they need to investigate, and here is the best bit. If I give false information, they're taking me to court. Really? Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough then, Ness. Good job you're not going to be giving them false information then, love, innit? You know? No pics from Hermes. Now, you see, that's no. Then Hermes are lying. Then Hermes are lying because all Hermes delivery drivers must take a picture. If they don't leave it, if it's not in the doorway or, through, wherever they put it or whatever they do with it, they have to take a picture. If there's no picture from Hermes, then Hermes have not delivered it. And it's Hermes that, yeah. What? Kelly, I just go on chat, Kirsty, and explain that you. Oh, well, that's a good idea. Oh, I see what you mean, Kel. Like the live chat on the company's page on their website. You just go on the live chat and explain that you've checked with neighbours and no one in the house has brought it in. Yeah, exactly. Neat. I'd get on social media and start kicking off about Beauty Bay and tag them. Absolutely. Absolutely do that as well. And tag Hermes as well. And tag Hermes. Do it all. I wouldn't be considering it, Ness. I'd be actually bloody doing it, my darling. Honestly, I agree with Neat. These days, I mean, as somebody who doesn't use social media or anything, but these days it seems to be the only way to get outdone, in all honesty. So, right, everybody, I'm going to start wrapping this up because I've been on for nearly 2 hours, and I honestly didn't think I'd be on that long. I thought maybe an hour and a half. So, thank you all so much for joining me this evening for the first Friday Night Natter back after the hiatus, the sort of longer hiatus than I anticipated, but you know, we're here, we're back. However, I do need to inform you all of some changes that are happening as well. So, the Friday Night Natter will no longer be a weekly live stream. I know. It's going to be a monthly one. So I am still going to be doing the Friday Night Natter, but it will now only be on the first Friday of every calendar month. So I've got my diary here. So obviously today is the 7th of January. Next month in February, it will be the 4th, Friday the 4th of February, everybody. So the Friday Night Natter will be a monthly live stream, like I say, 8 p.m. UK time on a Friday, the first Friday of every calendar month. And it will be the normal Friday Night Natter that you've all come to know and love. Just literally a bit of a natter, a bit of a catch-up, like going down the pub to meet your mates, but you don't have to leave the comfort of your own home to do it. That will stay as is. It's just that I'm taking it down from a weekly live stream to a monthly one. One of the reasons for that is burnout, so that I don't hopefully burn out. And also it's because then at least gives us some opportunity when the weather warms up, that if we want to go away for weekends as a family, we can do, and we're not tied and stuff like that. So yes, so the Friday Night Natter will only be the first Friday of every month, but there will be a new live stream starting, and thanks, Kel. Yes, next Friday Night Natter at 8 p.m. GMT, Friday the 4th of February, everybody. But there will be a new monthly live stream as well starting on this channel. And that is actually the mods. I did say this was going to be on a Monday. It's not, because of childcare reasons. I'm actually having to swap this now to a Wednesday. But it is it's going to be the third Wednesday of every calendar month. So the first one, although the first one, which is January's, is not going to be on a Wednesday, it's going to be on a Monday, just to confuse you all. But that's because I did originally schedule them in to be done on Mondays. But like I say, because of childcare, that's actually going to have to move and shift to a Wednesday. But the first one is Monday, the 17th of January. And it's going to be a daytime live stream. It's going to be between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. That is UK time. Okay. And I'm going to be doing a monthly live oracle reading live stream. That is what this particular live stream although for January it's going to be a Monday, but from February it'll be the third February of every month. No, the third Wednesday of each calendar month. So in February that will be let me just double check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, again in February it'll actually be the fourth Wednesday of the month, and that's to do with because of half term. The third Wednesday falls in the half term week, so it'll be after that. So it'll be the Wednesday, the 23rd of February. But like I say, the first one is Monday, the 17th of January, 10 a.m. while 1 p.m. UK time, for your oracle readings for the month ahead. And what I will do is I will start off the live with a general reading, just a general what's happening for the month ahead, a general oversight, what's happening generally, purely for nobody in particular, purely that will be for whoever requires it, needs it, whatever. So there'll be a general reading at the beginning of the live stream for the month ahead. And then, very much like we do with Lisa's Sunday sessions and her tarot readings, we will open a list, and we will work our way through and do some personalised oracle readings for people if they would like to whilst on that stream. The stream is booked for 3 hours, like I say, 10 a.m. while 1 p.m. If there's nobody on, then obviously I'll finish earlier. But I really can't go any later than 1 o'clock, because then I've got to get packed up and then I've got to go and pick Louis up. So yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it. The oracle readings, again, they will be again a monthly live stream. And fitting it in, I've sort of tried to do it so the Friday night natters are 1 week, then it's a couple of weeks, and then it's the oracles, then it's a couple of weeks, and then back to Friday night natter. Hopefully, like I say, that should mean I can spend some weekends away with the family, but also it might just then give me the impetus or the energy a bit more to be able to do some pre-filming, hopefully. Fingers crossed. In all honesty, the pre-filming thing nowadays is a lot harder than it was 2 years ago, mainly due to the fact that Louis is 2 years older, doesn't have naps anymore, so I don't have a window of time to be sat down filming unboxings, things like that. So again, if I can maybe try and get a couple of pre-filmed videos out a month, that'd be nice. I have months and months and months worth of my Gothic subscription boxes. I haven't opened any of them. I've also done really well at not looking at anybody else on YouTube or I follow when they've done their unboxings. I've just, no, I'm not looking. I don't want to know. So what I am going to be doing is I will be doing a series of videos called Subbox Roulette. So make sure you are tuned in for those. They will be starting to come out very soon, hopefully, fingers crossed. Again, I've got one box of unopened sub boxes here with me from since we moved out of the old place. However, I also have another box full of unopened sub boxes in the lockup from the few months prior to that, where we were packing up and getting ready to move out and all that. So I don't even know how many unopened sub boxes I've got, but we will be playing Subbox Roulette at some point. So please make sure you join in me for that. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button for me already on this video if you haven't already. And please do come and join me. Where's the channel gonna go? I don't know. What am I going to be doing? I don't know. Have I made any decisions? No. The only decisions I've made, and that's literally just been in this last week, is about doing the Friday Night Natter once a month and doing the oracle readings once a month. Other than that, everybody, there's going to be a lot of surprises. There really is. So, because I ain't even got a freaking clue yet. So, if you're up for a bit of a magical mystery tour, like I say, please do make sure you hit that subscribe button. Ding your bell. Ding the bell. Ding the bell, ding a ding. Ooh! So, yeah. Make sure you're coming along for the journey for us. Miss Lisa, if you don't already know, and if you don't, you should do by now. Miss Lisa normally has her stream on a Sunday, the Sunday sessions, her tarot readings. She's decided to finally have a very well-earned week off this week. So there will be no Sunday sessions this Sunday on Lisa's Beyond Authentic channel. She's having a week off to rest and recuperate, which is about freaking time, in all honesty. But she also does on Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty, which charts her and Rufus's weight loss journey. She also does her coffee and catch up or coffee and makeup looks on a Thursday morning at 11 a.m. UK time. I'm normally on there if I can be. This yesterday, unfortunately, Louis had an appointment which ended up being 3 appointments just because of one thing or another. Nothing major, nothing, it's just kind of one of those, we need to do this. We should have had these tests done. We didn't have them done because of one thing or another. Right, well, whilst you're here, are you all right to hang on half an hour and we'll have these blood tests done and then we'll do this. So it was kind of one of those. So I ended up not being able to come on live yesterday, Lisa's live, but I am normally on there. So, yeah. Who said Kirsty could sing? I've no idea, Nick, but they were fucking lying, mate. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Sorry it was late actually going up on the schedule and actually telling you everybody that I was going live tonight. I thought I'd done it and I hadn't. Or I thought, anyway. So it got done this morning. So I will try and schedule next month's live Friday Night Natter for a little bit more in advance. I'm going to try and schedule in my oracle readings as well for January. I'm going to try and get that all sorted as well, hopefully tomorrow while the trolls are out of the house, because that's another thing that's driving me bonkers at the moment is I literally cannot get anything done because of Lubaloo. I mean, seriously, even washing pots can take me all day. Don't ask. But anyway, have a wonderful evening. Thanks, Nanette. You've enjoyed the live stream. Thank you, my darling. It's been wonderful to have you here with us this evening. Nee, you haven't even told us the new way forward for Friday Night Natter. No, I know, that's why I'm about it being about it going to monthly. Yeah. Nesh, you definitely need to get that sorted with Beauty Bay. I hear what you're saying, darling. You're giving them a chance to sort it first, and then they won't hear the last of it. Absolutely, but it's long enough now. You get on the backs, babe. Get on the backs. Neat. Oh, good. I should be able to join on a Wednesday as I'm working from home. Oh, okay, neat. That'd be awesome, darling. But you don't have to because I know the oracle readings and things are not really your bag, baby. So don't worry about that, sweetie. Oh no, Wednesday, sorry, Holland. No, that's fine, my darling. Don't worry. That's a lot of F's, I know. Tell me about it. I'm just trying to catch up. You have your hands full with little Louis. Yeah, I do, you darling. You're right, Ness. And we're also starting now. He's on his transition. He should be starting nursery in September, so we've got a lot of work and stuff planned and to do with all that and to get him ready for that. So, yeah, again, just at the moment, the pre-filming, yeah, like I say, when it can take me all day to wash the pots, when am I meant to get filming done? He's a little monkey at the moment. Hopefully come September, once I can get him at school a bit, you never know, the pre-films might be able to be ramped up a bit, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try my best to get at least 2 videos a month out for you all. Pray to God I at least... Yeah, I'm going to give it a go. I'm not giving you any promises. I'm not giving any guarantees, but I am definitely going to give it a go and get two pre-film videos a month out there for you all. So yeah. Anyway, I'm definitely going. Good to have you back on the YouTubes. Thank you, Lise. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, you're going to be there on a Wednesday, of course. Thank you, my darling. I know I can always count on you, sweetie pie, for that. Oh, Nanette, you're going to be watching the vids. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. If I don't speak to you on either on Lisa's channel next Thursday, or, you know, I don't know, on what else is there? There's Lisa's, oh God, you see, I'm really losing the plot now. Brain's going. So Lisa's got a live stream on Thursday, because I was going to say Sunday that's what's confused me. So no live, no tarot readings or Sunday sessions this Sunday, but we are back on Thursday on Lisa's. And then obviously it'll be the Sunday, and then it'll be the Monday. It'll be my first Oracle reading live. So to see you back here on the Kitchen Witch on Monday the 17th of January for that, if it's something you are interested in, would be absolutely superb. And if not, if nothing else, I'll see you back here a month from now on the 4th of February for another Friday Night Natter at 8 p.m. UK time. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. Enjoy your week. Please stay safe and well, everybody. Take care. And yeah. Oh, I knew there was one more. Thanks, Lise. Don't forget as well, on Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty, Lisa and Rufus's live Wednesday night weigh-in. So 7 p.m. on Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. They come out of their Slimming World group into the car. They go live, and we get to find out their weigh-in results for that week. So again, if you're into your Slimming World journey, that sounds like a live you'd be interested in, please do go and join us over there on a Wednesday evening from 7 p.m. Right, really, I don't know if you can notice, but I'm trying not to jiggle too much, but it's getting there. So let's get those hands in the air like we just don't care. Ready for the awkward wave, everybody. I really need a wave. Bye. Awkward wave. Awkward wave. ... Awkward way. Bye.